Welcome to the March 20th edition of UNews. On today's show, find out what options students have for healthy and affordable meals on campus.
And the Regents are at it again. Find out how much more they want in student fees and the sneaky way that they were trying to do it.
All this and more coming up next. While you were busy enjoying your spring break, UNM Regents were busy trying to raise their student fees and tuition. Regents proposed a $77 increase in student fees, on top of the additional $503 increase proposed by Student Fee Review Board, bringing the total amount of fees to $580. The money will be divided between athletic and campus libraries. The meeting to discuss the fees increase was held on March 12th, and no students were present in the meeting. Regents will continue discussing the budget meeting on March 23rd with the meetings.
A problem that students face on campus is finding affordable and healthy food that tastes good too. Reporter Ryan Price did some digging to find the healthiest and cheapest foods available to the average student.
Hi, we're here at La Posada today looking at places where people can eat when they're on campus, particularly students looking for a cheap and healthy way to get a bite to eat.
Freshmen living on campus are required to purchase a meal plan with Chartwell's, a national catering company that includes La Posada meal points towards the La Posada dining hall, and dining points which may be spent almost anywhere on campus. Rebecca Colon, a coordinator of student housing, encourages students to go to La Posada for a decently priced and healthy meal.
I really like the food that they have most of the time there. One thing I like is that they have vegetarian options. I'm not a vegetarian, but my whole family is, and so I'm pretty much go there first. And then I'll go to the salad bar, and then I'll look around and see what kind of healthy meats they have available.
She also recommends that students visit the La Manzanita Co-op in the UNM bookstore, which offers healthy organic food to students, faculty, and staff at UNM.
I don't know if there's more plans for those to be popping up, but I did notice that they had the co-op over in the bookstore. Again, lots of organic things there, neat alternatives that people may not even be aware of. So that's another really neat alternative. I just never make it over there.
While these locations are filled with healthy options for students, they certainly are not the cheapest. The meal plans range in cost from $800 to $1,700 per semester, with each increasingly expensive plan offering cheaper meals from about $7 to $8.50 a piece.
Here in the sub, there are many places where students can grab a bite to eat. Sonic and Chick-fil-A being some of the more cheaper ones, Sahara and Times Square Deli being some of the more expensive ones where you're going to pay $5. Satellite also being expensive, Saggio's ranging, and then also Dos Hermanos offering about $3 to $5 for their meals.
But just because you're a student on a budget does not mean you have to sacrifice your health for a snack.
I think that you can make the right decisions at really any of these places. Like even at Chick-fil-A, there's the char-grilled chicken sandwich, which, I mean, I can't see why that's unhealthy. And then there's the co-op. They have food that's readily available to eat right away. I mean, they have salads, they have sandwiches. I get breakfast burritos over there sometimes. So I think that there are healthy options. So I think that the idea that there aren't healthy options is a little bit overstated, because depending on the decisions that you make at these places, you can eat healthy.
This is Ryan Price for UNews.
Construction on the lead and coal improvement project is just a few short months away from completion. When the dust finally settles and the crews haul off the last of the heavy equipment, residents will notice a few more changes in the area besides wider landscapes and bigger bike paths. Reporter Baron Jones has more.
Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on the project designed to make the area along Lead and Coal Avenue from I-25 to Washington more pedestrian friendly. But by the time crews lay the final coat of asphalt and tow away the last of the steamrollers, some area business owners believe they too will be finished.
In September 2010, from there my business is almost gone.
Shrinster says a sharp cut in gasoline sales from nearly 2,000 gallons a day to under 300 a month has caused him to terminate all of the gas station's employees, and now he must man the store from open to close 7 days a week. He says if he didn't own the property, he would have cut his losses months ago.
Because I own this property, that's why I'm just open. And I have lost maybe more than 60,000-70,000.
On the other end of Vlad near Yale, where 3 businesses, including the Farm Fresh Produce Market and the Saffron Cafe, have closed since construction began in October 2010, Francisco Rodriguez, owner of Casa de Piñata, says he is worried whether he will continue to survive without the walk-in business he has counted on for years.
I was planning on moving, closing down, but I don't know.
One of the reasons Rodriguez Insurance doesn't know what the future holds is the uncertainty of the length of the project. According to the original plans posted on the city's Lead and Coal Improvement Project's website, the construction work should have been completed by the beginning of spring, not the end as now projected. Fred from Guzman Construction explains the delay.
Of them, some services are too high, so they have to be lowered. Manholes, storm drain, that kind of stuff. So you have your issues. Sometimes the ground we're working with is not proper. We have to excavate it out and then replace it with some import materials.
Mark Moscow, the city spokesman for municipal development, said the city has done all it could to improve the survival chances of area businesses, just short of giving them money, which he says is illegal according to New Mexico's constitution. This is Baron Jones reporting for UNews.
This weekend promises to be a big one at the box office, with the opening of the first film, Hunger Games, in a trilogy. But did you know that this film has a strong tie to New Mexico?
11-year-old Albuquerque native Willow Shields is playing the part of Primrose Everdeen, the youngest sister of Katniss Everdeen, the story's main character. The film tells the story of Katniss's struggle to survive in a future post-apocalyptic society. The capital requires each district to choose one boy and one girl to compete to the death in the annual Hunger Games.
Shields hopes to bring strength to the role of Prim.
That sounds like a really interesting movie.
Sounds like she's gonna have to bring a lot for that film. Sounds very big.
Yeah, well, let's see if Adam has some weather that'll be good for movies or good to be outside this weekend. Adam?
Well, let's take a look at the weather. As you can see, we've had winds coming in throughout the week. They're coming from the east, which has left high winds for us today, with winds reaching up to 40 miles per hour. Though they should die down by this weekend, it will leave us with much colder weather. As you can see, that's making its way towards us. Now let's look at some of those temperatures. Okay, so we're going to be seeing temperatures up in the 30s today, with much of the west coast seeing lower temperatures than we have seen last week. The east side of the U.S. has seen much nicer temperatures, so if you're looking to get away, this is the perfect time to do so, especially if you're looking to get into the 70s down in Texas. So let's take a look at the weather for today. For today, we are going to be seeing some breezes that will reach up to the higher winds later this afternoon, but we should see temperatures up into the 50s today, which will be one of the last days this week with nice temperatures. Well, that's all I have for you. Back to you, Eve.
Thank you, Adam. That sounds very interesting. Well, that's all we have time for today. I'm Eve Wild.
And I'm Anthony Almazar. Have a great week and go Lobos.